What's up? It's Coach Mickey, and I am here live on our YouTube channel. And I am trying out this new YouTube live app and seeing if this works. Yeah, let's see if this is working. And I am going to our YouTube channel to see if this is actually working. Make sure you leave your comments down below. We are going to be doing some fun stuff today. I'm going to be spilling the tea on some stuff as well as, dang it, what is going on here? Okay, let me go back to my YouTube. I'm going to be spilling some tea on my thoughts on the best local high schools here in Osage County, as well as giving you some of my thoughts on some great local small town studios that you can go and take your kids to. So let's see here. All right, so it looks like we are live and things are up and running. Awesome. Okay. So again, make sure that you leave a comment over here in the chat area and we can get things started. So what's up, guys? All right. So before I give you my top 5, I want to give you a little bit of a history as far as like why I think I have the knowledge and the experience to give you my top 5 opinion. First of all, I started doing dance when I was a kid. I ended up quitting dance by the time I hit high school because I got involved in color guard instead. There wasn't a dance team at my high school, so I ended up doing that instead. And then basketball was my number one priority. So I quit dance for several years. Then I did dance in college and ended up becoming a dance team coach my senior year of high school and was coaching a local small team. That was back in 1989. Ever since then, I have been coaching high school dance teams, middle school, elementary school, cheer squads, and dance teams from 1989 until now. So as you can tell, I have lots of experience. I also was a judge for a couple competitions and did that in California. I did it in Rhode Island. I did it in Hawaii and here in Kansas. So I have lots of years experience doing dance team coaching, choreographing, and running a small town dance studio business with my daughters. So here are my top 5 here in Osage County, here in Kansas, top 5 high schools that I am proud to say that I keep an eye on and are encouraging to keep dancing and keep doing what they're doing. So number 5 is Linden. Linden High School has a dance team. They are very adorable. They like to do a lot of pom routines and hip hop routines. The things that they need to work on, I would like to see them work on their technique skills quite a bit. They are still very beginning. A lot of the stuff is very basic that I see from their team, but I would really like to see them work on their turns and learning how to do turns, maybe doing leaps more, things like that. Number 4 is Burlingame, right here in our hometown of Burlingame. This high school dance team is not actually affiliated with the high school. It was organized by 2 local moms. One of the moms had their daughter dancing for us for a while, and they do most of their choreography they get from watching videos online, and they only have, I think, their own former high school experiences being on their school teams. So their background in dance knowledge is very limited. But what they're putting together for the local kids here in Burlingame is amazing because it's a really small school and they have a pretty big high school dance team. So they put on new routines at every halftime, which is great. They do pom routines, they do hip hop, and they are very adorable. I actually enjoy watching their videos that they post online a lot. And I really am proud of Morgan. Morgan is one of our dancers, and she dances with them, and she does a lot of the choreography for them, along with Aubrey's, I guess it would be her aunts. They also do that as well. So they're a very cute little dance team. What they need to work on tremendously, they need to work on their technique big time. They need to work on learning how to turn, how to leap, all that kind of stuff. Same thing with Linden. They do a lot of their stuff they kind of create on their own and watch videos online. Then number 3, now my girls both danced at this school and they were a part of their high school dance team. They have a new coach now. I saw them at a football game this year and I was actually very impressed with their technical ability. It is Santa Fe Trail High School dance team. They have really like stepped up to the plate as far as like their technical ability. They do turns. I've seen them do some leaps. And I do believe that they are well on their way to becoming a really good high school dance team. Now, in the past, Santa Fe Trail also competed. I'm not sure if they're still doing that this year, but I look forward to seeing them improve every year. Number 2 on my list. Now, this is kind of funny. Like, there's 2 schools in Osage County that I absolutely love watching. Every time they post something online, I'm excited to see what they've got. And the reason why I picked this as number 2 is because they are limited on their technical ability. But I would say, as far as hip hop goes, they're the best in Osage County. This is Osage City High School. Osage City High School's dance team is very, very showmanship wise amazing, and their hip hop is amazing. Their turns are pretty good. I saw them also at camp. I happened to go watch one of our dancers with her high school team, and they happened to be there at camp, and they did very well there as well. I think that they could be a very good competitive dance team if they went to competition, but they don't. So that's an unfortunate thing for them. I do think that some of them actually train at some studios, and that's probably why they have the background that they do and the ability that they do. The only thing I would suggest that they continue to work on is working on advancing those turns and leaps. They really need to branch out beyond hip hop and get more into the jazz. And I'd love to see them like attempt something more lyrical based. Like, there's nothing wrong with a high school dance team putting on a lyrical routine as well. And then my number 1 choice of the best high school dance team in Osage County by far is Mission Valley High School Dance Team. They are tremendously amazing, and much of the credit comes to the fact that the majority of the girls that are on that team dance competitively on other studio teams. Most of the kids either go to Radiant or they go to Dance Factory, and quite a few have come to the dance spot. So that team alone like has a whole bunch of like ability to really, really up their game. And I really, really would love to see them go and like try a competition that is for high school teams, Circasia. It would be amazing to see them like attempt it. They have good kick line. Their flexibility is tremendous. And it's really cool to watch their team grow because Katie is now a member of that team, and I love watching Katie dance with them. She gets featured quite a bit. She's thrown an aerial with them in a routine. She does her alsacones, calypsos. They really, really know how to like incorporate a lot of the different styles into their routines. Now, I do know that they do a lot of their choreography doesn't come from their coach. It comes from videos that they either get from another dance teacher or they get it from just watching videos online. I would love to see them get a dance coach or add to their dance coach team an actual dance teacher, someone who has the experience to really get them to even be more amazing. They have the potential to be at the level of like Hayden High School dance team, or even the Olathe South or Olathe North teams, if they had that coach that came in there and really upped their game and taught them some even more amazing technique. So that is my advice. And then the other thing I really encourage them to do is, there is a couple girls on that team that have amazing showmanship, but I'd like to see the whole team just like blossom with showmanship and really like pow out that energy. So those were my top 5: Linden, Burlingame, Santa Fe Trail, Osage City, and at the top of the mix is Mission Valley. So those is me spilling the tea. Now, why am I spilling the tea about why I think these high school dance teams are so great? I'm a big proponent about helping out our local kids and getting them opportunities that can get them into college. So that was one of the main reasons why I started the Dance Spot almost 10 years ago, was to give my kids an opportunity to, my own personal girls, an opportunity to be able to compete and to be able to advance their technique skill beyond what they're learning in their high school teams. And I encourage them to be on their high school teams along with doing the studio team. Now, I couldn't afford to take my kids to a studio in Topeka, so that's why I started the Dance Spot. We are a very low feed studio, so we're a smaller studio. Now, there's quite a few local studios in the area. There's one in Burlington, there's a couple in Ottawa, there's one out of Council Grove. For the people that live up in the Alma area, you've got Wabaunsee has one now, has a new studio that just started up, and then there's a couple in Emporia that are really good, and then there's like 2 that are amazing that just started in Manhattan. One's called In Motion, and they're a very good studio. They're really ballet based, and so I really suggest that studio as well. Why I think you need to take your kids to a studio along with your high school team is because if you're wanting to get a college scholarship, most of the kids that are applying for those college scholarships, they're coming from bigger studios. They're coming from studios from like Topeka, and they're coming from studios out of like Olathe area and things like that. So they're already at a disadvantage. They're going to be like about 5 steps behind all of these other studios. That was clearly seen by our kids going to the dance college bound fair thing. They lacked in ballet, and ballet is not something that we do a lot at our studio. So we are going to amp that up for next year. We're going to try and increase our ballet technique even more so that they don't have any disadvantages. We want to give them every opportunity we can, because getting money for college is amazing, especially because a lot of small town people don't realize that you can go to college for free. Now, we've had 6 graduating seniors, I think 6 or 7, or 9. We had 9, and 6 of them actually have gone on to college, and they are dancing in college, and they had their tuition paid for and their books paid for, and it was because of dance. So I'm proud of that, and I want to keep that thing going. And I want people around in small town areas realize that you don't have to pay arm and a leg to get the training that you need to get them on a college team. If you can afford to take them to really good studios, there's 2 that I highly suggest out of Topeka. One is Ignition, and the other one is Radiant. If you are in the local area, I'm telling you, you need to bring them to us. Okay. I'm just going to flat out say that, because we are very good at training the kids, getting them what they need. And we are very good at creating relationships with colleges and maintaining those relationships and finding the best fit for our dancers. And we do it for all of our dancers, not just our elite ones. So if you're wanting those opportunities, then why waste your money and your time going anywhere else? The other thing is if you're wanting your kids to go to a specific school, then I highly suggest you taking them to some places. Like we have a couple of kids that want to go to D1, and there are 2 studios that I suggest that they go to. One, if they want to be a classy cat, they need to go up to In Motion in Manhattan and get some training from there. If they want to be a KU Jayhawk dancer, then they need to go to Dance Gallery out of Lawrence. And Tim Flattery out of Dance Gallery is amazing. And I've already sent some of our kids to go to their camps and clinics and taking classes up there. Private coaching is available at those places too. So, I mean, you can stay on our studio team and compete with us at our prices, but then you can also put a little extra money into going to these other studios as well. Radiant is amazing for their jazz technique, their musical theater technique. I absolutely love Radiant and their technical ability. I've known Bree, who is the director, for many years. My son trained with her at Point B. She was one of the teachers up there. So I really suggest Bree. Tiffany is their hip hop teacher, and Billy trained under Tiffany too. She's amazing. And then over at Ignition, you have Quinn and Austin. And Quinn and Austin both come from above the bar, and they come from what used to be Powerhouse Dance. And those studios just blow me away. I am impressed with them. Ignition is your contemporary studio. They are amazing in contemporary, and they just started. And if I had the money, I would send our kids to them and then have them dance with us too. So those are my suggestions on that. And that's spilling the tea with that. Now, in a week, we are going to be going to our winter recital. We're going to be showcasing and debuting most of our competition routines. The only competition routines we will not be debuting at our recital are the ones that have the props. And that's mainly logistics. We just can't get the props there. We don't put them on the gym floor. Now, the other thing, if you're coming to our winter recital, you will not be seeing us wearing our costumes. And that is mainly because we want to just get out there and focus on the dancing, not focus on the costuming and costume changing and all that kind of stuff. So it will be in their team t-shirts, and they will be performing all their routines, but they will not be wearing their costumes for that. Now, we might be wearing our costumes at the spring show. We haven't decided yet, but we're going to try this out this year, and hopefully the recital will still be amazing without costumes. I know a lot of studios that have been doing that lately. They don't either have their costumes already by the time they do their winter showcases, or they're pretty much like in the same ballpark we are, where we just want to get an opportunity for the kids to get out and perform their routines before they hit the competition arena, and the focus is not on the costumes, it's on the performing. Then a week after that, we are going to stage one. It will be our first competition. It used to be in Joplin, and I believe it's in Springfield this year. So I'm really nervous. We're taking our baby diamonds and our big diamonds. This will be baby diamonds' first big debut year competing as the Diamond Company. And now a baby diamond is an elementary school, middle school team. And then our big diamonds is middle school, high school team. And to be considered for the Diamond Company, you have got to be dancing with the studio for at least a year or two, competed with us for a year or two, and Courtney would have to give you a personal invite. It's not something you can just audition for. You have to like either inquire to Courtney if you're coming from another studio, or if you're like a dancer on a high school team and you want to join the Diamond Company, you have to ask Courtney personally. That's how Carly got on the team. She used to dance at another studio. And then she's also a cheerleader over at Burlington High School. And so she came in and did a private audition with Courtney. And that's how she got selected and put on our Diamond Company. That was 2 years ago. So, and then we also have our Emerald Company. And that team is a little bit better for kids that are very active in schools. Like if you are in sports and you're already on a high school team and you're already on cheerleading squad, that's why Morgan fits perfectly there. You're only required to come to 1 day a week of practice. Your competitions, you only have to do 3 during the year, and the cost is way cheaper. It's only $65 a month, and you still get to participate in solos, which is great, and duets and trios. So that's Emerald Company. Emerald Company has 2 age brackets. We have our junior high, middle school age bracket, and then we have our high school team. And we have a Emerald Company team based out of our Burlingame studio, and we have one in our Alma studio. Now, what we do is we have an audition at the end of the year, and then you can audition. Anybody can walk in and audition for that. There is no like basic requirement other than you need to have at least had a year experience in dance, whether it's at a high school dance team or a year experience at another studio or at our studio before you can audition for the Emerald Company. Now, we also have another level of competition. We have the Ruby Company, and the Ruby Company is our beginning level competition kids. That is our young babies, 6 years old, all the way up till about 10 or 12. And those 2 teams compete at 2 competitions during the year, and they only do team routines. Now, we give out offers to do duets and trios, but you have to audition for that. That's their first experience in auditioning. And we only limit it to 1 per studio. So we have a Ruby team from Burlingame, and we have 1 from Alma. Now, the difference is that to be on the Ruby Company, you don't have to have any prior experience, but you have to be willing to make the commitment that you have to be there for the full year. And you have to commit to going to the 2 competitions. And you have to commit to participating in extra master classes and things like that that we offer. Now, we also have the non-competition program. That's called the Pearl Company teams. We have a preschool program for that, and we have an elementary school program for that. And then starting this spring, we're going to start a middle school program for that as well. So those are like introductory teams, and they perform at local events, and then they perform at the recital. And I really highly suggest that for somebody who's on the fence about whether or not you want your kids to compete. So that is the basic breakdowns on how we run our studio. Now, we don't offer anything other than we do have like a ballet class and a tap class that we offer at both studios. And we do tumbling for gymnasts and for dancers, but it's not gymnasts like bars and vaults. It's gymnastics that's more like acrobatic stuff for dancers and for cheerleaders. So if you're interested in that, we do offer those at both studio locations as well. And you can find out all of the information about our upcoming spring session and what classes and what teams that you can be a part of by just going to our website, www.the/dance/spot.com. And you can check it out there. Our fees are very, very reasonable. And we give out great family discounts. So you want to check that all out because our signups are going to be over by January 31st. You can sign up online for free and get started. And next week or this week coming up, we invite you to come out and check out our practices that we have going on at both studios. And it is Bring a Dancer to Bring a Friend to Dance practice week. So if you know someone who's on our dance teams and you want to like be a part of it, ask them if you can come with them to practice this week and join them for the fun and check it out and see what it's like before you commit to any kind of financial responsibilities. Okay, so here is the tea about this season. All right, so for our baby diamonds, we are doing a musical theater piece. We're doing a jazz routine. We're doing a hip hop routine, which is this costume right here. And I'm sure you're like, what the even heck for a hip hop? And then we also have a lyrical piece. They're doing a routine with the Big Diamonds. Actually, they're doing 2. They're doing a hip hop routine with the Big Diamonds, and they're doing a lyrical routine with Big Diamonds. And they will be performing those at the 1 p.m. show on Sunday, the 20th. So you don't want to miss that, especially because I'm telling you, these Baby Diamonds are amazing. Like, this is going to be their season. I am really looking forward to it. Now, they also do solos, Pretty much every single one. I think one of them isn't doing a solo, but every other dancer does a solo. So they do up to 5 routines, and then they're competing at 3 competitions, plus they're going to go to nationals with us at the end of the year. They are competing in the novice bracket because they only practice up to 6 hours a week. And based on that, that puts them in the novice category, even though some of them, excuse me, I gotta get a drink, I'm kind of thirsty. Even though some of them have been dancing and competing for several years. Now, I think that when we go to stage 1, if you've never been to stage 1, how it works is if they feel like that your routine is not in the right bracket, they'll bump you up or bump you down. And I am curious to see what's going to happen. Like, there are things about our baby diamonds that still kind of put them in that novice level, but then there's some things that, like, I clearly think that, like, they do these amazing leg catch holds. Like, they're so good at it. And leg spins, I am, like, blown away by their flexibility, and they're technically insane compared to the big diamonds when they were their age. So I'm curious to see if we get something bumped up. If not, then we just keep working where we're at. Predictions. I predict that the baby diamonds will place in the top 10 no matter what this season. They, if not more than one routine, will be in the top 10 at every competition they go to. I also predict that they'll probably get some Judge's Choice Awards because their showmanship is just off the chain. Like, their musical theater is so entertaining. I laugh every time they do it. I'm just very, very blown away by them. Now, the big diamonds. Big diamonds. Woof, this team. Now, they have been together as the core 8 that they are for the past 2 seasons. Last season, they had 2 other dancers that ended up quitting. So now, halfway through the season, so now they are still the same core 8 that were there after those other 2 girls quit. They went through a lot of stuff last year. Not only did they lose 2 dancers that quit, they also had dancers that got sick, Tona, and ended up being injured and wasn't able to compete. So a lot of times they spent most of their season fixing routines. Like, oh gosh, we got to fix this routine, or we got to fix that routine. This is the first time, knock on wood, yeah, I just knocked on wood, that they are able to literally, like, have all of their routines done by recital. We've never had that before, ever. And they have 8 or 9 group numbers that they're all, either half of them are in or the majority of them are in. They also have duets and trios. They all have solos. Some of them have multiple. So some of the kids are dancing 15 routines during the season. And so far, everything is done. Choreographed, it's all finished. Now it's just the cleaning time. And as long as we keep going on the path that we're going on, I really, really foresee that the Diamond Company could walk away with another national championship. They got a national championship last year, and they were the top 4. So they kind of swept the novice division last year. In the intermediate division, they placed once or twice, but I'm hoping and I'm predicting that maybe they'll place in the top 10 again in the intermediate division. I don't know. We'll see. We have 1 soloist, 2 that are still kind of on the fence whether or not technically they should move up to the intermediate bracket. Will they ever move up to the advanced bracket? We're hoping by the time Katie is a senior, which is another 2 years from now, that a couple of them would be in the advanced bracket, and a couple of our group numbers will be in the advanced bracket. That's our goal anyway, is to get them up there. Will their novice routines that they're taking to stage 1 get bumped? I don't know. We'll see. I think there's a couple that could, because technically when I watch it, I'm like, wow, that does not look like a novice routine. That looks like an intermediate routine. But because of the hours that they train, it's kind of hard for us to figure out where to put them. So we'll just see how it goes. Top 5 is definitely in their reach. First places are definitely in their reach, and so is a national championship of some kind. So this is going to be an amazing season for this team, and I'm really looking forward to everything they've been doing up to this moment. Has been like beyond our expectations. They did amazing at the top dance directive. They had a great performance and feedback from the judges at the One Love movement. Then they had an even better like opinion and like report from my sister about how well they did in the master's class. And then the college bound fair thing, which happened last weekend, is just still like blowing me away that more than half of them have already been offered scholarships, or that they're interested in wanting them to check out their schools, which is huge because most of them are not even like close to being a junior or senior in high school yet. So those are the things that I am super excited about going into stage 1 in a week. Now we are also going to be going to 2 Bravo competitions. We're going to a Wichita one, and we're going to a Kansas City one. And then we'll also be going to Town on Parade again, of course, because we love Town on Parade. They have 3 hip hop routines this year. They have one with the Baby Diamonds. They have one by themselves. I think, or maybe they have 2. I think that's right. 2. Okay. And they have a couple contemporary pieces. They have a routine that Madeline choreographed this year that is crazy insane. I don't even know. Like, I don't even know. Like, I want to tell you all the details and what the routines are, but Courtney would kill me. So I can't tell you all that. You're just going to have to come out to the recital and check it out and see what you think. So again, that is spilling my tea. Now, why am I spilling the tea? Because, guys, like literally, I want to see kids have opportunities in the dance world. Like there's so many like opportunities out there. It's crazy. Like literally thousands upon thousands of dollars are just like, most of them don't even get the scholarship opportunities because nobody really knows about it. So now you know, now you don't have an excuse. So if you don't want to come to us because you think we're drama or you think we're too small or whatever, then go find another studio. Don't waste your kids' opportunities and times, because I'm telling you, your kids can go to college for free and dance. It's there. Go for it. Get it. Grab it. And to all the studios that we compete against and that we haven't competed against yet this year, I can't wait to see what you got. It's time to bring it, because in 2 weeks we gonna bring it at stage 1. So that's my spilling of the tea for the 2019 season. Don't forget to check us out on Facebook at The Dance Spot, because I posted up a video talking about recital. And it also has some video clips from our first years at the recital that we had in our first years at both Alma and at Burlingame. Well, it was Scranton back then, but yeah. So, okay, I've been on here for quite a while. I got to go make dinner, and I hope you guys have a great weekend. Keep checking out our YouTube channel. Every week we'll be posting up some awesome vlogs. From this point forward, it's going to be awesome vlogs, because it's going to be competition vlogs, and it's going to be insider vlogs, and you're going to get little secrets and little teas, and you'll get to see the costumes and all that kind of stuff. They'll start to spill out as the season goes along. And yeah, so it's going to be awesome. So hit that subscribe button. And I think you still have the bell notification. You can hit that too. That way, every time we upload a video, you'll know about it. All right. I've got to go. Y'all have a great weekend and stay warm. And for everybody here in Kansas, be careful, because it's supposed to snow. I guess it's already been sleeting. So yeah, that's what's going down. And for you high school dance team kids, keep dancing and come come find me because I'll help you get a college scholarship. All right. Okay. Peace out, guys.